Hello everybody, welcome back to the AFC Fiorentina save on the FM24 early access game. Now we're getting to the end of the early access period, but that's not stopping us with this Fiorentina save. I asked in the last episode if you'd like to see this continue as a sort of main save, data focused save. Let me know down below. I've not seen the comments on the previous video, so if you do want that, comment down below again. We'll see how many people would like that to happen. But for now, let's dive into part 2 of doing January transfers with data. And it may have just got a little bit interesting. Let's go and have a look. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the save, and Chelsea have made an offer for Dodo. Now, one of the rules of Soccernomics, which I touched on last time, is never reject a bid which is more than what a player is worth. This currently isn't a bid which values Dodo at what he's worth to us. Now, the transfer value, 90 million to 21 million, I think you can use that as a barometer to say, whatever you think he is valued to your club, you can put it in between that bracket somewhere. I'm going to say that to us, Dodo is actually worth £21 million. He has been phenomenal for us this year. He's been really, really good, and we need to try and draw as much money from Chelsea as possible. If we have a look at this year, obviously we can click on the top bit here, have a look at the stats. You can either do it this way, or you can do it by going into reports, player performance, and having a look at everything he's doing up here. Now, the only issue we have is that Dodo is listed as a defender. He's not listed as a winger because his natural position in the game is actually going in for defensive stats. So what we need to do is go and ask for, and we can come in here and be like, creativity. Can we do creativity? It only gives us creativity for defenders, but that should give us what we need. So he's averaging 1 assist every 2 games, basically 0.56. Oh, I don't know why I got rid of that. 0.56 assists per 90 minutes, so 1 every 2 games. Key passes 2.06 per 90, which is really good. Dribbling 4.5 times per 90 minutes. Interceptions at 2.9 times per minute. Open play expected assist is 0.49. Pass completion of 87. Cross completion is really bad, so that's something we can potentially go and look at. And progressive passes are looking good as well. It's interesting actually to see that most cross completions in the league are pretty dreadful, but yeah, I guess that's to be expected. You whack more crosses in the box, it's not going to work, is it? So we're mainly looking from a creativity outpoint in terms of his defending and what he can do, and then you can also have a look at things like the movement. So he's not in here, I don't think, because he's not been playing as a defender. He may be in here somewhere, but yeah, all these graphs and stats can be used and be really, really helpful and stuff like that. So, and then we've got the attacking output as well, which again, goals, non-penalty goals, assists, key passes, things like that. So we are looking at, why have we only got basic analysis? We've only low quality analyst terms with minimal. We have got no analysts. Right, that'll be another episode. We're going to go and redo our backroom staff. If you want to see that episode, let me know down below, and we can fit that one in as well about how I go and do backroom staff and stuff like that. But yeah, so Dodo has been very, very good on an output front for us. So I'm not against selling him. I'm never against selling any player that I have in Football Manager. Talking of which, Soyuncu's leaving. We'll get onto that in a minute. But yeah, Dodo, we have an offer from Chelsea. We are going to negotiate it, and we're going to say you've got to give us, I don't mind instalments, but ideally we want it all up front. And I'm going to go for a whopping 30 million, which is 9 million above his asking price. And they've said that's fine. So we're going to have 30 million pounds to go and find a right midfielder, or preferably under 30 million pounds, to go and find a right midfielder that can challenge Kean Lewis Potter. Kean? That's not his name. Kean Lewis Potter, who, again, on the surface of it, hasn't looked amazing. When you dive into his actual attributes, is playing pretty damn well, actually. He's winning lots of tackles, good pass completion, dribbles per 90 is 2.3, shots on target is 50%, which is so much better than what he was doing at Brentford last year. Yeah, so overall, he's actually been pretty damn good. And again, we can go in and we can have a look at player performance and see what he's doing in terms of creativity. So assists per 90, 0.3, so not as good as Dodo. Key passes 1.6, not as good as Dodo, but not bad. Dribbles 1.92. Progressive passes is really good at 6.5. He's arguably the best in the league, being that far out away from the centre. Open play expected assist 0.17, conversion rate 27%, 25%. So I do think he would need to up his open play assists, but this is why you use data. So there's 2 rules from Soccernomics. Is 1, never really reject a price of someone that's more valuable than their transfer value, or more the transfer offer is higher than their transfer value, never really reject it, because you're potentially never going to get that opportunity to make the money again. And go and look for potential bargains where you can see what's happening. No one's bigger than the club. Always have a replacement ready to step in if that player is sold. So, for example, Dodo going shouldn't affect us too much because we actually have Keane Lewis Potter already in the club. So you can see how I'm building in Soccernomics understandings into this save already. I did say if you want me to focus on that a little bit more, let me know down below. But, you know, I've jumped the gun a little bit. Right, so we are going for players in range. This is absolutely everybody we know. These are the centre-backs that we're looking at. And here you go. With the centre-back stuff that we had on last time from part 1, if you haven't seen that, go and check it out. There are a lot of filters on here, and I've accidentally changed one of them to something. I don't know what it is. Oh, I've gone for 100% headers 1. So if we put that into 90, I think it was down at 78, wasn't it? So what we did is we went to 78 and we changed the height from 6'1" to 6'2". Now 78 and 78, a new defender appears, which is Diakabe from, I've done it again, clicked on the league. Diakabe in the La Liga playing for Valencia. Now that is a lot of money. Comparing that to the people that we've already found, I don't want to pay that much money for a new centre-back. But let's go and clear this one. We're going to do this one from scratch so you can see how it all works. Right, we want a right midfielder. Ideally, I do want him to be in the age range of under 28. If I was looking for a youngster to step in, I'd obviously lower that a lot more. We want someone who is competent at playing right midfield. They don't have to be natural there at all. So this narrows it then down to all of the right midfielders in the world that we've scouted that are unsure if they want to move to us or not. Now we want to focus on these midfield related stats, and I want to pull out the main ones. So it's, for me, going to mainly be around assists. How many expected assists are they having per 90? I'm not too fussed about the total actual number of assists, because that's more dependent on if the player they're passing to has taken that clear-cut opportunity or not. But yeah, we want to go expected assists. We want to go assists per 90. We'll get that in there as well. Clear-cut chances created, progressive passes, pass completion rate, and cross completion as well. And we've seen that cross completion is going to be a little bit of an interesting one in terms of what we can do. So we want cross completion ratio in there. What I'm going to do first is just add all of these things in. So we want, I think that was, should we go crosses attempted? Yeah, let's see how many people are, let's see what sort of attempting numbers they're doing and what their completion ratio is. We want pass completion ratio to know how well they're keeping hold of the ball. We want, what else do we want in there? We wanted, where's passes? There it is. We wanted clear-cut chances created. If we could actually get clear-cut chances created per 90, but I don't think we can do that. We want open play key passes per 90 minutes, so that doesn't include set pieces, which is always crucial to remember when you're doing these things. Key passes per 90 minutes. We're going to have quite a stringent set of determinatives, I think. Determinatives? Is that a word? Don't know. Possession lost? No, I'm not fussed about that. We don't look at the negative stuff. Don't worry about passes. Assists per 90? I don't think we've got that in there yet. Right, that'll do to start. So, here we go. So, crosses attempted per 90 minutes. Let's go for someone that's swinging the ball into the box a decent amount, 4 times per 90 minutes. We've still got a huge list of players there, so not too bad. We want them to complete in, I don't know, let's say, should we see if someone can complete 25% of their crosses? Yeah, again, the list is now slowly coming down in the background. Pass completion rate, we want to be quite high, around about 80%, I think we'll go with. Clear-cut chances created. Now, I'm not sure about this one. We're going to put it at 10. And I think, yeah, so that's going to completely wipe everybody out. So let's go in this is this season. So clear-cut chances created, let's go 3. I think that's a pretty decent average. What's this one? Open play key passes per 90. I think, you know, if someone's creating 1.5 chances per 90 minutes, that's pretty decent, and not including set pieces. Key passes per 90 minutes, we'll just see if there's someone creating 2 per 90. There's 1. We have 1 player already in our list, and we haven't even got to assist per 90 minutes. So we'll just put, let's go for an average of 0.6. So getting in a slightly better than assist a game. Assist every 2 games. So let's have a look. We've put all that on. The only player that turns up is someone who wants to move because he's not getting enough playing time. And it is Nicola Perezzi, which is a name people might recognise because I sold him to Empoli for £1.4 million. He's actually had a decent season, 9 appearances, 3 assists. Oh yes, we forgot to put appearances in there. It would be another sort of right back that we bring in to play right midfield. I'm not against it because he'd be happy to be. I wager he would be happy to be a backup against Keane Lewis Potter. But yeah, we'll have to see. So let's quickly then just put in here general. Where is appearances? Is that stats general? Career? No, general appearances. And we will go with. Let's go with. I think 15 is a good. I said that in the last one. 15 is a good number to go with. So let's go key passes per 90. We'll go with just 1 for now. Clear cut chances in open play will drop to 2. And I feel like 4 crosses a game is maybe a little bit much, but let's knock down the passing to 75%. And the cross completion can be 25 is a little bit high, I think. But again, we're not finding anybody with these sort of numbers. Now, is that because we've just got people in here that haven't made enough appearances? Let's drop appearances down to 10. No, so we know Perozzi had 9. Clear-cut chances created per game. Is that per 90? Clear-cut chances created this season. No, I'd still like that at 2. Let's drop the crosses down again to 2. Crosses attempted per 90 is 2. Cross completion then, we did say this could be the interesting one that pulls out the numbers. So, wow, okay, so it really is struggling to find players here. Open play, key passes per 91. Key passes per 90 minutes. Let's put that down to 0. That can assist per 90. Let's go for 1 every 2 games at 0.5. Wow, there are no right midfielders out there. Let's see if there's any more experienced players that could help us. There isn't. This is some of the problems you do get, and it's hard to know which ones is sort of pushing us out of the way. Crosses attempted per 90. I want 2 crosses per game with a cross completion of, 8%. Yeah, cross completion ratio 8%. Let's knock down the pass completion ratio. Wow, I'm really surprised by this. We are not finding anybody other than, okay, there we go. If we knock that down to 9, we now have 2. We have Nicolo Perozzi and Rick Kardzop, another one in Serie A as well. 29 years old, so he would have been filtered out before by the age range. Currently at AS Roma, 7 to 11 million pounds. Probably would do a decent job for us. I'm leaning towards Perozzi, not only because he was the only person that actually ticked all the attributes we wanted at the beginning, but he would also count as homegrown. He would count as a homegrown player. Now, we would be giving them more money than we bought him for, which I don't mind. We'll give him a scout and see what's going on there. But I'm wondering, what can we do here? So, you don't have to create clear-cut chances. That's not a problem. There's still only those 2 players. And appearances, we'll leave at 9. Let's go open play key passes per 90. Get rid of that. We've added in another one, which is Enzo Lee Fay, who actually isn't a right back at all. So Enzo Lee Fay is French. 14 to 22 million. Again, look, you get to a bigger league and the prices go up. He's a bit too short for me because we do need him to defend a little bit on that right-hand side as well from the crosses. So this is really interesting. Is it literally just appearances that are killing us? Yeah, so putting on the appearances is actually what is killing us. So let's go cross completion. Well, let's add that back in with appearances. There is a lot of trial and error around this. There is a lot of trial and error. Let's go 5. 5 appearances this season. Okay, we've got a bit of a list there. Cross completion rate. Let's whack that back up to 20. Pass completion rate, we'll whack that back up to 80%. Key passes, let's see if there's 1 key pass a game. 0.5 assists, so an assist every 2 games I don't think is too bad. If you count that out to the season, that'd be 19 assists in a season. So now we have some other players. Timothy Weah is transfer listed. £4.5 million He ticks all of the things we need. 6'1" as well, so he's tall, and he is a bit more of an attacking outlet, which is very nice indeed. We have Nicola Perozzi, we have Maxim Stiopin, 5'10", Finland. He's playing for FC Nordsjælland 2, so he probably won't be the level that we need. And then in Serie A, we also have Oya Zaraga, who isn't a right midfielder, but is transfer listed 750k, 5'9", is a little bit short, can play out here, probably would struggle defensively, although he has got a bit of pace, bit of acceleration. First touch, the crossing, yeah, okay. I mean, this is why we do it by attributes and do it by data. He is doing what we need him to. If we had a quick look at the old percentages here, I think we can remove Maxim Stopin. I don't think he's going to really matter, but 92% of his tackles won is Perozzi. He has played the most games as well. Timothy Weir has only played 5 of a sub. I'm interested to see what he did last year. So Juventus, he played 12 games for Juventus. Didn't do brilliant. He played really well in his appearances. 2 assists and a goal in 4 appearances. But last year, he played 5 non-competitive games. So that is going to be a bit skewed if we look at his general. But total league was 2 starts, 10 as a sub, 85% pass completion, 2 dribbles a game, 5.71 tackles, 1 per 90 minutes. So he's not too bad defensively either. Timothy Weir could be a bargain buy here. £12 million if we're getting 30 million for Dodo. We're bringing someone in who's 24 and half the age. Now, will he be no, he's French, so he wouldn't even be non-EU. I think Timothy Weir could be the man. He could definitely be the man. Add to shortlist. I need to go and set up a new shortlist to do data found shortlists, because I normally do that as well. We could bring them both in. We could try and bring them both in. I think we'd get them both for the price less than the price of Dodo, which is interesting. But yeah, assists per 90. So Timothy Weir up there of 1.53. Expected assists per 90. So it is actually Perozzi that is creating better chances that should be finished rather than Timothy Weir. But yeah, Perozzi has created 4 clear-cut chances. So he obviously is playing pretty well out there. Progressive passes per 90. 8.55 for Perozzi. 5.49 for Maxim. And then Timothy Weir with 3.05. The key passes per 90. Who have we got at the top there? Timothy Weir is the top with key passes per 90. Second is Zaga. Third is Perozzi. So yeah, we are in an interesting situation here. Now, this guy is probably getting some stats skewed purely because he's probably been playing in attacking midfield. Cross completed compared to cross attempted. So we have a 33% cross completion for the guy in central midfield. 33% there. It's both of these guys on 28 as well. And then dribbles per 90, because we do like our players to be dribble. It probably would be Perozzi that we lean towards in that one. He has got more assists than Timothy Weir as well. Shots on target. Timothy Weir has 50%. Perozzi actually has 0. Wow, this is really interesting. Timothy Weir also gives us a little bit of versatility as well. I'm wondering if we do go for both players here, and I'm tempted to say let's go for a loan. Future fee upon winning Serie A 5 million. Let's get rid of that, but let's go for a squad player, and we'll add in a optional future fee of 11 million. They'll probably say no. We'll pay all of his wages. Let's just see what they say. Okay, they're happy with that for an optional future fee of 11, which I sort of feel like we could have got him for a lot less. But we can get him on loan, and then we'll go and have a look at Nicola Perozzi as well. So if we went, again, make an offer, loan. I like this idea that we can sort of get both of them in on loan. They don't want us to loan him because of his first team commitments, but let's go optional future fee. Should we go like 2.9? I feel like that's a good deal. Let's go for that. No, they've said no. Okay, we're gonna inquire about him, and we're gonna ask the agent just to be like, look, we're interested. He's incredibly moving, 2.9 to 5.8. Yeah, earn place with plenty of playing time. Okay, not too bad. Let's just say you're asking for too much money. I like to say that anyway, just to get them down a little bit. But okay, that's quite interesting, isn't it? And then we did say that Soyuncu is going to be leaving. A Galatasaray bid for him. I don't think he's been amazingly good for us. He's been a bit disappointing. and I think we're going to be making a very healthy profit. 4 million we bought him in for, what was it, well, last summer, but he didn't play. So yeah, I think getting a good bit of money for him and bringing in a replacement, so that's 18.25, which we're going to get there, and we are scouting a number of centre-backs, so we'll let this go. So Timothy Weir is interested. I do think it was, hopefully, it was an 11 million optional future fee. Ricardo Fancouli is there. Rooney Bedraghi is someone I was interested in, but he has now moved as well. So if we go back, let's go into players in range is what I was looking at, wasn't it? Go in here. I'm going to save this filter. Save current filter as right midfielder, 9 appearances. And just do that so that we can come back to that at the end of the season as well and see what we're doing. So if we now load in our centre-back filter and press OK, we can have a little look again to see if anything's changed. Now we have Cittadini in here, who is in Serie CA, who is 22 and not too bad. He has got potential, apparently, to be a 3-star player. 6'4". Again, that could be a real bargain. Currently playing for Atalanta under 23s. We'll make a quick inquiry about him as well. But again, it comes down to basically Sava Sestic in here, 4.4 to 5.4. Our scouts and analysts are looking at him. Or Nuri Alip, 4.4 to 6.8. So we're going to have a couple of options in there that we could look to replace Soyuncu with, which I'm quite excited about. So yeah, Soyuncu is off. I don't think we need to bring someone in immediately because we've got Gatti, Quaterez, Ranieri. We still have Malang Sarr, and we still have Zappa that can play there as well, and Hugh Janssen. So we do have cover at centre-back, but does that free opener? I'm so confused by the rules of Italian football that I don't know if that opens up a non-EU spot. But just as we sold him 14.75 million guaranteed, he will play 10 games for Galatasaray, so it's going to be 18 million that we've got to spend. And as we sell him, our scout reports come in, so we should hopefully now be able to see a few more of these attributes. So we went with Leonard Maloney and Igor Diviev as well. Empoli negotiate. They want £5.75 million. I'm sort of thinking I'd prefer to make it on loan, but let's go. If we went 2.5 and then instalments over six instalments of 6 months, we'll give you another 2.5. They're happy with that. 5 million. He's got the numbers to back up bringing him in, so I don't mind that. But Igor Diviev then, we can now see everything about him. So he does look pretty good. 6'4", jumping reach, bravery, concentration, determination, marking is good, tackling is okay. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, he wasn't one of the top two, was he? The top two was Sava Sestic, 23-year-old Serbian playing in the Austrian Premier League. Jumping reach 17, 6'4". Concentration is really good. Good positioning, good marking, good tackling, good heading. I think he is probably definitely leading the way. The only issue is that he has a bit of susceptibility to injuries. Easy for me to say. And in 2024 alone, he has had 3 injuries. So he got 1 from turning sharply, 1 from a player, and 1 in a match. Interesting. Okay, so he's only, but they're not big. 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 days. They're not too much to be able to deal with. The other one is Nuri Alip, which gets a D from our scouts, but I don't believe scout reports. So doesn't feel comfortable in big matches, so we'll have to be aware of that. But at 6'2", he has passing, heading, tackling, concentration's really good, determination's really good, positioning isn't as good. Yeah, doing all right. How's his injuries been? He's had 3 injuries in 2024 as well. Yeah, we've just turned into 2025. 3 days, 3 weeks, 2 days. Pretty similar, actually. Very, very similar. Turning sharply and an impact from player. Yeah, very similar there. I'm wondering if we go compare with, and we'll look at Sava Sestic. So in terms of overall defending, they're saying Sestic is better. Physically, Sestic is better. He's a bit slower. The same vision. Attacking wise, I don't really mind about that. Technically, they're exactly the same. Aerially, it is Sava Sestic that has the winning, and mentally, it is there. 25 years old, 23. I think we go with the younger player. 15 appearances, average rating 7.2. 20 appearances, average rating 6.8. 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 yellow cards, 100% tackles, 93% pass completion. Again, do we just try and bring in both of them? If we could sign both of them for 6 million each, it's a lot of cover. It is a lot of cover. I'm intrigued now. I'm intrigued. Last thing I want to check is which league is higher rated, because they should then be playing against other teams, right? How do I check? I think it's in here, isn't it? This is going to be quite a long video, I think. This is going to be quite a long video. Europe club competitions, is it I want to go into? No, I just want to look at... There's a way you can look at... Aha, that's what I want to do, but I want to do that in Europe. Right, Europe. Club competitions. Europe, here we go, competitions leagues. Right, so... the Austrian Premier Division is currently ranked 11th, dropping down to 10th. And the Russian is... Wow, where's Russia? Am I being an idiot? Austria... It's definitely not in the top 10. So Austrian is arguably a better league. Oh, Russian, all the way down here, 26th. Okay, so Sestic is playing in what is deemed a tougher division as well. So interesting. I think we're gonna go for Sestic. Now that I've clicked on the league again. Now that we've signed or scouted both of them, 4.5 to 5.4. I mean, if we can get this guy cheap. 4 million. I don't think he's got a release fee, has he? He has a release fee involved in 6.25, so we can get him for just over 6 million. We'll just chuck a 4.5 billion bid in for him, and then we'll go and look at Alip as well, because I do think Malang Sarr is going to be leaving. Ah, he's non-EU. Ah. So that is an issue. Okay, so he's non-EU, which does mean that Sestic is our primary target. He is our primary target. All right, let's carry on, see how this happens. We've only done like 2 days. Okay, so Perosi obviously is interested in moving back to us. They've asked for a loan back. We're going to reject that because he's going to have to come in and play. So we'll start negotiations. Squad player, but if we can get him down to impact sub, he's happy to do that. And yeah, really cheap wages. Really, really cheap. 16 grand, get rid of that. And he wants 22. What's 10% of 16 is 1.6, which would be 17.2. So if we give you that, no, that's too much. That's not 10% every year, is it? There we go. Just under 20k is fine. So Atalanta have come back asking for Citadine £6 million. They're asking for him as a starting negotiation point. Now, we could bring him in as a youngster to support the back line and keeping a bit of an Italian base. And he did hit all the attributes we need. I know it's playing potentially in Serie B or wherever, Serie CA, which isn't a good division, but again, it's someone that probably you bring in, he plays a little bit, gets a good bit of game time, and you can sell him for a profit potentially. And it is a young Italian, which is always good to have in Italy. So we said 3 million. They've gone from 6 million to wanting like 4.8. So I think we're in a pretty good position here to negotiate this, and we'll give you 15%. There we go. So 4.5 million. I think that could be a pretty good buy as well. Citadine is willing to... Yep, emergency backup. That's totally fine. We'll give you... I think we're going to get potentially 2 centre-backs and 2 wingers for the price of Dodo and Dodo's wage, which I'm very excited about. We'll give you just under 15. How about 14? That's a good... There we go. So, yeah, nice. So it looks like Dodo's leaving. He's awaiting a work permit from for his move to Chelsea. So that would be £30 million that we get. And Dodo is on a wage of 31.5. So if we just go transfers coming in, so Sestic would be 4.5. If we get all of these players, right, it's a loan that we might have to pay £11 million for, and then maximum value would be 5, 9.5, 14 million, plus Timothy Weir's 11 if we pay for it, is £25 million. And we're bringing in 4 players who are all statistically good enough to play for us, or database-wise good enough to play for us, and younger, less wages than Dodo. This is awesome. This is awesome. And we're selling Soyuncu as well. So, yeah, I like this approach. 2 Italians joining as well. 1 homegrown and a youngster coming in who's homegrown in country always helps. An international in Timothy Weir, a full international in Sava Sestic as well. Like 2 caps for Serbia for him. Timothy Weir must have loads for 40 caps for America. So yeah, there's point in looking. Obviously, the data that you use, it's better to look in the summer because you've got a whole season's worth of data. And we will be doing that again. We'll be doing that at the end of this season and going through it if it's something that you're all interested to see. This video is going to be relatively long, I think. We do have a game against Sassuolo coming up. We may have to even do January in 3 parts because I think deadline day could always be a bit manic as well. So our game against Sassuolo, we've gone 1-0 up on the half-hour mark. Parise all the way down to the byline, chipped to the back post. Keane Lewis Potter put it back across and Solbakken with a lovely header to make it 1-0 Fiorentina. 2-0 then to Fiorentina, a devastating counter-attack as Lewis Potter played it into Merenchuk. He saw the run of Noah, over the top the ball went, they appealed for offside, but it wasn't given, and Noah makes it 2-0. Sassuolo grab one back then, 63 minutes gone. Toljan put the ball through to Enrique and then he laid it on one more. Kyriakopoulos put it through to Berardi. On the volley, beats Lunin 2-1. So in the dying minutes of the game, 86 minutes gone and Sassuolo have got an equaliser. Berardi dinked it in. Ratnik was up there, really tall defender. Pinamonte just put the final touch, 2-2. Final score is 2-2 in this one. Let's get back to the transfer window. So we have had an agreement for Sestic. We're just going to pay his release fee. They didn't accept 4.5. They didn't accept 5.5, so we're going to pay 6.25. Slightly over his market value as it's justified now, but I think losing Soyuncu, potentially losing Malang Sarr, this could be a good little purchase. So I'd like to take that off and take that off. Play a defender wide centre back. You probably will play wide centre back, but for now, okay, let's go remove that. We'll set you a target to say average match rating. You've got to hit a 7. Got to hit a 7. I think that's fair this year, and then you can become a regular starter. And I don't want to agree to playing you in a certain position. So again, look at it, such cheap wages. So we were playing Soyuncu like 45 grand a week, maybe more. So, yeah, I think we're in a good spot here. I think we could bring in good players for bargain basement prices. We'll see how it goes. Timothy Weir is going to join as well, so we'll get that one sorted. Yeah, optional future fee of £11 million. So, yeah, Timothy Weir joins. He is in. There he is. In he goes. We've got a squad size of 18, so our squad is very, very small, which is fine because we're... yeah, they're all joining at the summer. I don't know why you keep telling me. I like the fact you're telling me, but you don't have to tell me that right now because they're not going to join until the summer. But yeah, we've got a lot. All of these recommendations I'll look through and go through and have a quick look. But yeah, I'm not fussed about potentially bringing any of them in unless they reach, they hit the targets that we need. Now, I think what we're going to do is going to leave this here. We'll probably confirm all the signings that are going to be happening coming in that we're dealing with at the moment. And we're going to come back towards the end of January for part 3. I hope you're enjoying this. And I think in part 3, we're going to be looking for a goalkeeper to play back up to Lunin, because my worry now is that we do need Martinelli to be playing in the under-20s because their other goalkeeper is terrible and he's getting good ratings playing in the under-20s. He's getting an average of a 7 in the under-20s, and I want to keep his development going. And the other thing is, we don't have a backup for Lunin. I'm breaking my own rule of having someone available in the squad already to move up if another person is sold. Generally, across the pitch, we're very good like that. Maybe Miranchuk at attacking midfield is another one we need to look at. But I think in the next episode of January, part 3, we're dragging this out, we will go into a bit of data about goalkeepers. We'll go and have a look at maybe strikers and things like that, attacking midfielders. Let me know. Yeah, I'm interested. Let me know if you're enjoying it. That's the main thing. Let me know if it's interesting, if it's helpful, and if it is something you'd like to see continue in this series. Maybe we wouldn't come back as often in the series. It would be more transfer window focused and end of season focused. But yeah, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back towards the end of January. And this whole episode, which I think is going to be well over half an hour long, took about 2-3 days of in-game time. 4 days, I think. I think we came back on the 15th. It's now the 19th. So it does show that if you put the effort in, I think you can get more out of the game, but it does take a little bit of time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.